Hi there. Can we come in?
You got your tickets?
Matter of fact, I just remembered I left my wallet in my knapsack back in the swamp.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be diving into the projects that were abandoned by Disney World. Whether they were at the concept stage or well into production, we'll discuss exactly what could have been and why it never was.
It is not what Walt Disney had in mind back in 1966. He envisioned a futuristic community, a real town. This is something else.
Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida is the Mouse's largest theme park resort, spanning nearly 25,000 acres. Since it opened in 1971, the sprawling complex has been slowly populated with the latest innovations in Disney engineering. Every new themed land, attraction, resort, hotel, and restaurant added to the property begins as just an idea. But what happens to the ideas that don't come to fruition?
We do a lot of mock-ups, making sure that every step of the way we're trying to adhere with the core of the story as much as possible.
Does it always work out great the first time?
It never works out. The first or second time.
What's been left on the cutting room floor of Disney Imagineering, and what parts of Disney World were nearly completely different?
He curated the vast stockpile of ideas that never got thrown away.
Chapter 1: Hollywood Studios.
It's not so much a theme park as a state of mind, a Hollywood that never was and will always be.
Hollywood Studios opened in 1989 and was the third theme park added to the property. Themed after, of course, Hollywood, this park brings the on-screen magic of the movies to life. Parkgoers flock to Hollywood Studios for Galaxy's Edge, the immensely popular, highly themed land based on the world of Star Wars. But long before they struck gold with Galaxy's Edge, Disney Imagineering had a few other projects in mind for this park.
It fits the glamour of Hollywood at the time.
It just wasn't going to work.
Where the Tower of Terror stands today was originally supposed to be the site of Mickey's Movie Land, a replica of the original Disney Studios that would have featured hands-on activities all about movie production.
Here in this area, visitors to the park can watch the animation artists at work, and they're a dedicated lot.
Likewise, the location of Rock and Roller Coaster was originally earmarked for Roger Rabbit's Hollywood, a land inspired by Who Framed Roger Rabbit that would include 3 chaotic and wacky attractions featuring the film's famous tunes.
Come on, Eddie, get in!
It was just a couple of miles. I'll drive.
But I want to drive.
No, I'll drive. I'm the cat.
But the most disappointing of all discarded Hollywood Studios projects, to fans of Jim Henson at least, was the cancellation of Muppet Studios.
Well, I guess that means, no Walt Disney World today.
Aww. Of the original plans for this themed area, only Muppet Vision 3D actually made it into Hollywood Studios. Originally, Disney had planned for the Muppets to have a much bigger footprint in the park, with their own spoofed version of the Great Movie Ride and 2 themed restaurants.
And the Muppet Studios, with a Muppet Vision 3D movie and the Muppets Movie Ride.
It'll be a backstage ride of explaining how movies are shot. And it's almost, but all the information is wrong.
Unfortunately, the continuation of Muppet Studios came to a halt after Jim Henson's untimely passing in 1990. Muppet Vision 3D became one of the final Muppets projects Henson ever worked on, which is why many fans were upset by the news of the attraction's planned closure.
We have time to go to the bathroom before the next show? We can't, you old fool! We're bolted to the seats!
The small existing Muppets courtyard will be rethemed to a Monsters, Inc. land, but this isn't the end of the Muppets in Hollywood Studios. The popular Rock and Roller Coaster is due for an update, and its current stars, Aerosmith, are set to be replaced by none other than our favorite felted entertainers. Chapter 2: Animal Kingdom.
In the end, it all comes together to create a thrilling race against time. It's fast, it's a blast, and it's in the past. It's Countdown to Extinction.
Themed after animal conservation and the wonders of our natural world, Animal Kingdom is the newest and largest theme park on Disney World property. At this park, guests can see and learn about exotic animals from around the world and visit adventure-filled attractions. Despite its focus on science, education, and conservation, Animal Kingdom was originally intended to be a bit more fantastical than it appeared on opening day.
Introducing the most adventurous Walt Disney World theme park ever.
Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Beastly Kingdom was a planned section of the park focusing on the infamous beasts of myths and legends. Like many classic Disney stories, Beastly Kingdom was to be divided into good and evil. Plans for the good side included a maze attraction called Quest of the Unicorn and a musical boat ride based on Disney's Fantasia. The evil side would have been a bigger draw for thrill seekers, who would have been pursued by a fire-breathing dragon on the roller coaster Dragon's Tower.
The whole thing fits together as one big experience about adventure, about being someplace where you don't know what's gonna happen.
Although Beastly Kingdom was nowhere to be seen on opening day, it appeared that Disney hadn't abandoned the plans entirely yet. Even today, the silhouette of a dragon can be seen in the logo for Animal Kingdom, and there are several other nods to the mythological concept throughout the park. Chapter 3: Magic Kingdom. Disney's very first East Coast theme park, the Magic Kingdom, opened its doors in 1971 after much anticipation. This park closely resembled its West Coast counterpart, Disneyland, but park-goers quickly noticed one major exception.
And the people there also said,
"Can't wait to go on Pirates of the Caribbean."
Followed quickly by,
"Where is it?"
Disneyland's popular Pirates of the Caribbean ride had been omitted from the Magic Kingdom. Imagineers had assumed that Floridian park guests wouldn't be excited by pirates, given that pirates are already a well-known part of Florida's history and legends. Instead, they planned to build the Western River Expedition, a boat ride through the American West complete with cowboys, outlaws, and Native Americans. After opening day, and complaints about the lack of pirates, Disney scrapped their Western plans and hastily built a second Pirates of the Caribbean instead.
And so, by popular demand, those Western River Expedition plans were set aside. And in their place went a Pirates of the Caribbean. Actually kind of near the Caribbean.
Floridians were just as happy to yo-ho-ho as Californians, evidently.
Yo-ho, yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
Decades later, another addition to Adventureland was in development. Themed after the criminally underrated film Atlantis: The Lost Empire, Fire Mountain would have taken guests on an exciting trip through an actively erupting volcano. Plans for the coaster featured an innovative new track that would switch mid-ride from a traditional track to an inverted track that would give guests a realistic flying sensation.
We'll travel in style. It's all been arranged, the whole ball of wax.
Unfortunately, due to a downturn in tourism and Atlantis' poor box office performance, plans were halted for this expansion to the famed Disney Mountain Range, and the ride was canceled altogether.
You didn't find anything?
Nope, just a lot of rocks, fish.
Chapter 4: Epcot.
A circle of nations that celebrates both cultural differences and shared human values. Yet the circle is not complete, and the roll call of nations and cultures from around the world has only begun.
Epcot, Disney World's second theme park, is split into two major sections. Future World highlights science and education, while World Showcase explores diverse cultures from around the world. Both have a significant focus on education, which has earned Epcot a reputation for being one of the less thrilling parks.
And every country on this list, an impressive showcase of culture, food, and global harmony.
These are kind of heady topics.
In the 2000s, Disney wanted to change this perception by injecting a little excitement into its iconic ride, Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth alone was just one part of a monumental construction project, one that had been talked about for years.
The planned redesign was called Time Racers, an indoor roller coaster taking guests on an exciting time travel adventure. However, due to structural limitations within the ride building, this project was abandoned, and the classic ride remains to this day. On the other side of the park, World Showcase has seen many planned country pavilions canceled, some well into development.
Epcot Center, Walt Disney promised, will never be completed. New attractions and additional countries will continue to be added.
Since these pavilions are directly sponsored by the countries, political roadblocks are often the cause for their cancellations.
Epcot Center's World Showcase will soon welcome 2 new countries. The one most requested, the Soviet Union, and Switzerland, with its thrilling Matterhorn Mountain Bobsled ride.
Plans for a Spain pavilion with a dark ride and restaurant featuring tapas, paella, and other Spanish dishes, ended up fizzling out after changes within the Spanish government. Shortly after the fall of the Soviet Union, Disney was mocking up a replica of Moscow's Red Square for its Russia pavilion, which also would have included a Russian folklore-themed dark ride and a theater show.
The main attraction of the pavilion will be an 800-seat theater presenting a show entitled Russia, the Bells of Change.
Given the long-standing tensions between the United States and Russia, this project seemed ill-fated from the beginning, and the idea was eventually scrapped. Further along in the development process was the planned Israel pavilion in the 1980s. Israel had already agreed to help fund and design the pavilion, even ready to donate archaeological artifacts to the theme park. However, Disney was concerned about the potential security risks of featuring such a controversial state and ultimately pulled the plug on the project. Walt Disney World is constantly innovating its attractions, always looking for the next cutting-edge experience in theme park entertainment.
It sounds plausible to me, sounds possible. I try to go with them on the experiment because you'll never know what'll happen.
Though this property has the privilege of plenty of land to expand on, other limiting factors mean Disney must still be choosy with the projects they pursue. This means that once a project is canceled, it's pretty unlikely to be picked up again.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, doing new things, because we're curious.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Though these planned attractions will most likely never see the light of day, Disney currently has many new and exciting expansions planned for Walt Disney World.
Also known as a holotile.
So I can walk in any direction, a number of people can be on that floor, and they will never bump into each other.
Animal Kingdom is set to receive a Tropical Americas-themed land with Encanto and Indiana Jones rides. A massive expansion to the Magic Kingdom themed after Disney's infamous villains is in the works as well. Though all their ideas might not come to fruition, Disney's Imagineers have proven time and time again that they definitely know what they're doing.
We were kind of given license to begin pushing the envelope a little bit more, to make things not just very good or good enough, but to make things excellent.
Was Disney right to drop these ideas, or do you think they were onto something good? Let us know in the comments.
Now, let me talk to Mickey. Come on, give me the phone.